Quick, before we begin, if you can do me a favor, there should be a subscribe button like right here. Just hit that if you enjoy the content. It helps me out a lot. And if you can just click this link right here, if you're going to pick up any TCG singles, it'll take you to TCGPlayer and help support the channel on purchases you'd already be making. I earn a small percent of any transaction you'll make. And let's go ahead and jump in and talk about PRB. Right at the start of October. So we won't have it for Bandai Card Fest, and it's actually like 4 months later, kind of. I guess 3 months still. What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about PRB02, the best, Premium Reprint Booster 2, the best, or Volume 2, however you want to call it. This releases in Japan in just over 2 weeks on July 26th, but this releases for the US in October, so a little under 3 months gap as we're kind of closing that as we get closer to the global release. But we're going to take a look at the full set list, and then we're also going to talk about a couple of cards that were not reprinted. Historically, any card that wasn't reprinted in this set tends to make its way up in price. So if you use that TCGPlayer link in the YouTube video description to buy any singles, that'll help me out a lot. Thank you. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first off, it's very chaotic how they have it ordered, but we'll kind of just go through it. So we've got like all the EB stuff just like right here, and there's some great reprints. We see Cavendish, which a lot of people like. I mean, this is one of the greatest sets just because of all the EB reprints. So we see Cavendish, we see Brook, and we see Laboon. So those are all huge wins along with Finger Pistol. This was $20 card, $40 card, $20 card, and this only went down because of the rumored reprint. We see Weepy Toshi as well, another really expensive card. And then we see these two here, Bonkure, and then we also see the Monkey D. Luffy Secret coming incredibly early. But well done by Bandai because the card did become incredibly expensive. So this will probably end up being like a $10 card, which is great. So then we got, of course, You Can Be My Samurai. So we got some OPL1 cards. So important to note here is the block numbers aren't updated. We don't have official clarity on how past reprints are going to work when it comes time for global release, which is kind of like anytime we get Bandai news, we like anticipate it to be an update on that. We might have to wait to like Bandai Card Fest finals in September before we get any potential clarity there, because it's like, you know, we're printing all of these block ones, and come 2026, any reprint should have an updated block number. But it's, are they going to honor these? Because they created the PRB set for the sole purpose of adding cards back into the rotation. And so are these going to be, we don't know, because they're reprinting all of the zero costs, which are all block 1 cards and really good cards. So you can look forward to those, which I think was a huge win here. I think those were overdue. But yeah, we keep going, like, again, all of the zeros. We see Sabo. We've known Sabo. Dressrosa, we see a little bit of the Ivankov, so you're going to get a little bit more rarity options there, along with the stage. We got Rosinante, so probably full art Rosinante look forward to as well. Again, zero cost. Couple of, we see the Gamma Knives, so probably textured Gamma Knives, which would be cool. Rebecca, I think Rebecca's a nice reprint. Gadatsu, just some classics. Pudding, so you'll get more alt art puddings probably. See Sinjamin. And we got Gravity Blade. Gravity Blade's a good reprint. It actually is like a $3 single, a $3 rare, so it's great to see those. White Snake, Boo, Tomato. Go here, Hito Kizaru, whatever his name is. I don't know, that fake made up name that they gave. This is killer. That fake name they gave him. We've got Kozuki, yeah. Momonosuke? That's what it is. We got the Zero Carlos. It's kind of early, but this all just went up. So we got the two captains, Wings of the Captains. These reprints are great. Dragon's a great reprint that I don't believe we had seen before. We also see Bonnie, and then we see Hawkins. Dragon's a great reprint. Dragon's also reprinted in the Get Ready starter decks or whatever. And we see Sanji. This Sanji we did know pretty good. Slave Arrow. Any potential alts pretty good. Also same thing here for like Crocodile. And then we get Rocket Luffy. Rocket Luffy's a pretty good reprint. This card at one point was like $9. So I'm looking forward to these being pretty cheap. I think out of like all of these cards, I think this is one of the good ones to buy. Just because over time, right? Like Hody, because it's a block too. So you've got till 2027 worth of play minimum on this. And so we like to see that. But yeah, because there's a new Egghead Luffy coming as well. So in terms of the leader, I think once this gets reprinted, then you're just going to be like 4 months. PRB is always just hot. We don't know if there's going to be a God Pack, but I believe I was told that at least 8 of the mangas are in here. So we'll see if they do another manga God Pack or how they approach that, because they did add SPs in this set, which they hadn't done before. And then we see, of course, Sabo, Ace, great reprints. Rayleigh, great reprints. All these secret rares were actually money. And we see Shanks. So this is a great set for onboarding. This Beckman, I'd look forward to buying a bunch of Beckmans for a quarter. I think Beckman is one of those cards as well. Just because, like, the moment Red has another moment, Beckman's such a good card. And we get to see Croc Mihawk, which are good reprints. It's funny because they're really not. These were, like, quarters a piece. But because of Buggy, they're actually, like, $3. So now they're considered good reprints. We see Frankie, Sanji, all great reprints for the purple suite. Stinky, Boo. Got Chopper. It's funny because this Chopper was like $3 on release. That was crazy. And then we, of course, we see Tashigi, a great reprint. It was like $3, $4. There's no Smoker in here. No Smoker, but we've got Tashigi, so keep your eyes on Smoker. And then we've got Heroes. Godthread. Eustace Captain P. So this good card. Trafalgar Law secret, so like you got the regular secret. So this is also a really great reprint, just because like this one was like $20 at this point, even though people aren't even playing it in Law. And then here are some of the promo reprints, which are really cool. So this is actually, we're getting this koala. This koala was the koala from the event pack. That was kind of expensive. Then we got this Sanji. This Sanji was from the Pirate Party. This Sanji was also quite expensive. So these are huge reprints. These less so. This also less so. This is the Sabo from the premium collection. So this is a huge reprint because that card is currently $30. So just keep that in mind. We got Port Gisty Ace and then this Luffy. These were all only available in the premium collection previously. So these are all huge. And then we have Adio. So this is the Adio 2K, yeah? Yeah, this is the Adio 2K. So we get an Adio reprint. And then we also have a Limb Blocker reprint. So these are also these cards. These are just different art versions. I believe these are like more Odyssey. These might be brand new arts. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But so this is the regional Adio. Here, we'll pull it up actually. Hold on. So these are all fantastic. This is this Adio. That is this Adio. So that's huge there. And then we have the Blocker Limb. So great reprints. And we also see these. This was the 2-on-2 event. And then this was like pre-release. Or this was the 2-on-2. And this was pre-release. We also see the Shanks as a reprint. We're getting this Trafalgar Law from the event pack already, along with the new Kobe. But then we also have this Bonnie reprint. So a lot of promos, which I think is a huge win as well. Because all these promos, Shanks less so. But we look here again, you know, we got these regionals, these ones that were kind of like locked behind events. I do wish the Zoro was in here, but it's not. And then these, of course, are the new cards added in. Great cards, by the way. I have another video talking about these if you're unfamiliar with these. But, yeah, these are all the new cards. And then we kind of go on. So they actually reprinted Structure Deck cards, too. So we see, like, Structure Deck Brook, Bonnie, Hina. And then it's kind of like they just picked some. We see the Jinbei, which felt very weird. Sachi Penguin kind of made sense. I'm not sure. This must be from the Zoro Sanji deck. And then we've got, yep, Zoro Sanji. So these are Zoro Sanji reprints. Then we get these, which are actually pretty good reprints. Gives you a lot of access considering they're, like, bringing this back. And these are, like, the main cards you want that isn't the regular ace. So a lot of reprints here, but it also creates an opportunity for them to make alt arts, like full arts and whatnot. So we love to see that. And then we got this Robin. I bought a bunch of these Robins, so this kind of bittersweet. I thought this card would be really good. But I'm happy for y'all. We got Newgate. Newgate's a big reprint. We've got Mochi Man and Shanks. Of course, we did know the Shanks. Usohachi, Marshall D. Stinky, Nami, Sanji, great reprints. And then we've got the off-brand perfume Femur and Brilliant Sengoku. Sengoku's a pretty good one, too, in my opinion. I think the card's really good. And it makes it a little bit more accessible. Great reprints overall. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. But there are a couple cards as well that aren't reprinted. And let's kind of just take a sec to talk about. The PRB does a great job at reprinting cards that need it. They did reprint a lot of cards from these structure decks. But the purple Luffy deck has a card that isn't reprinted. We get Usohachi, which is huge because it'll make it like $1 or less when it was like a $15 card. So we love to see that. It's still like $10, but one of the cards, they reprinted a couple other the supers. They didn't reprint this, and still the deck overall is kind of expensive. And remember, if you shop any singles, be sure to use that link in the YouTube video description. Oh man, I forgot that their like whole site is broken. I don't like the new how they do that, because I should be able to click this. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but so you can see here, this was like where the main amount of value is coming from. This deck is overall still quite expensive sealed, so I think the value transfer is going to want to move over there. I could be wrong, and the deck could just be cheap, which would be the greatest thing ever, but I think it creates a lot of pressure on this card. And then we have Viola. Viola is one of the extra booster cards that were not reprinted, which is incredibly important because this card is great in blue, yellow, ace. This card has been just overall pretty expensive throughout time. It is a block 2, so you get April 2027 worth of value minimum. There is the blue, yellow Nami deck in the Let's Play, so this could be in there. I would just like to call that out. It could be. It also could not be, but it could be. So there is a chance it gets reprinted, but if you play any deck that needs Viola like Kyros or blue, yellow, ace, it's a great thing to keep your eyes on because people tend to target these after the set has been released. Same thing here for Chopper. You already kind of see it. There's been sales already this morning. 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. Just people buying them up frantically. Yeah, there's been how many sales? Oh, it won't show me. But there's been quite a few sales today, already going back up to 20. He was a little bit less because he was feared to be reprinted. He is not. Now, again, another note of caution. There is a Luffy that does things with 2 Dawn in the Let's Play starter decks or get ready to learn starter decks. And this card could be in there. We know Dragon's in there. This one has something to do with 2 Dawn. It could be in there. Could not be. We don't know. If it's not, this card I think just finds its way back up because the Animal Engine is incredibly popular and it doesn't phase out until at least 2027. And then another card is Charlotte Linlin, the GOAT of Blue Purple Luffy, suspected to be getting banned. I don't think it will, but this is one of those cards that aren't reprinted, so over time, like, this is one of the best purple cards, just overall, bar for bar, because it has generic heal and removal in a giant body. So, I mean, you really can't ask for much more. And this is one of those cards that, like, over time can kind of get out of control. So just something to keep your eyes on, might be worth having a playset. And finally, we have a lot of secret rares. Goldie Roger is not reprinted. Now, again, he could be in that Let's Play, Let's Learn. I literally can't even figure out what it's called. But he could be in it, but he could not be. I think it's more leaning he could not be. And we know that there is a 7,000 power leader with red purple, which means you can ramp to top end. he's top end. He's a good card. Something to think about. When he was first announced, he rose to like $10. He was $5 forever. Bandai Card Fest happened. Everybody was like, oh, Roger. We have no idea what he does. Card could be, I mean, it's very hard to make a 7K leader bad, though, unless he has one life. If he has one life, he'll absolutely be bad. You swing twice and you lose. Yeah, it's pretty good. Outside of that, though, I think he's going to be incredibly strong. Every card seems to be priming for 7K leaders. So I think this card could be played. He could also be like Rayleigh and only be able to play baby characters. We don't know. But I think this card, a great card to have a playset of. Wasn't reprinted. Great card overall. And there's a Roger deck coming. But that's everything we have here. Let me know what card you wanted to be reprinted that wasn't in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot.